Oh, hello and welcome again to another episode of the Legends of Tomorrow After Show. What a great, yet out there, yet back a little bit kind of episode. I mean, we went into a bunch of different topics, but first of all, the overview of this episode was that the 50s was a great time. If you were white and a man, clearly Jax didn't get along too well. Sara didn't have too much fun in the 50s. Kendra, she couldn't wait to get out of the 50s, let's just say that.
Down 2 strikes.
How did you guys feel about this episode? Was this going up there for you? One of a possible new favourite? What do you guys think?
I love this one. I absolutely
Introduce yourself. Say hey, Tatiana.
Oh, hey. My name is Tatiana Mariesa, and that's me.
This was up there for you? This is up as one of the new top ones?
Yeah, I mean, I really like it. They keep coming out with better and better things. Yeah. I love the writing. I love the writing.
It really is genius, isn't it?
Yeah, the writing's great. Genius.
Rory, how'd you feel, buddy? Introduce yourself. Say hey.
Hey, Rory Ross at 3 R's here. But no, I thought this episode was kind of like one of those cult classics where you're kind of watching it and you're like, yeah, this is pretty good. You know, last week we had the Star Wars, Star Trek, all the sci-fi references. Right? Going way back.
Like, where was
but you know, this week we had kind of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer kind of going on. We had a little shout out to Smallville, which was cool. And,
all different kinds of shouts, like you say.
Yeah, so I mean, it was very cumulative.
Was the Buffy on CW?
Yes.
I wasn't a giant.
Well,
unfortunately,
it wasn't CW back then.
Right. It was a different. But yeah, it was the same property.
But it was the same.
So this is when I wasn't in America, I'm going to assume, because we got Buffy on a whole different channel. But guys, what did you think? Did you enjoy the Buffy similarities in this episode as well? I kind of caught it, but I think I was like 10 or 11 when Buffy was going on. Obviously, I'm a little baby compared to these two. But anyways, right, let's jump right into this. The team this episode almost moved a little bit more fluidly without Rory in there. What do you guys think? Sara and Stein, what a great duo. My new favourite comedy duo. I think they bounce off of each other. She looked incredible this episode as well, by the way. I wasn't a huge fan of Sara in Arrow, believe it or not. I don't know why, I don't know what it was, but she bugged me in Arrow. But she has completely flipped and changed me for Legends. And how have you guys been feeling about Sara so far?
Well, I think I'll kind of go off what you were saying about Arrow. In Arrow, she was much more of a just kind of nonchalant character. Like she was just always like serious, like how Arrow is.
It felt like
Arrow
has
always been like that,
shadow.
more direct.
You know, I feel like as well, which kind of sucked, and she didn't deserve to be in Laurel's shadow, but kind of the character itself, because she's the younger sister and all that, she kind of got hidden by Laurel a lot. But I feel like we get to see so much more Sara in Legends, so I'm more than happy about that. What were you going to say, sweetie?
Isn't this after she came back from the Lazarus pit, though? Or was that in Arrow as well?
What do you mean? This is technically after the Lazarus.
Right.
She was in the Lazarus
So maybe
pit.
that's why she kind of has some more depth to her.
Well, now she's eventually she's building her new depth again to a point. She even mentioned, actually, good bringing that up. When she did the kiss with Lindsay, she was explaining to Stein how it almost felt like her first kiss again, because she hasn't been with anyone since she came out of the Lazarus pit.
She felt like a schoolgirl.
How would you guys think about that, though? I mean, think about that. You get brought back to life. And so you can't, I love that just the top of me says justice right now. And you know what the bottom of this t-shirt says, league, but you can't see it now.
Behind the...
There it is.
There it is.
But yeah, what I was saying about that is it was nice to see Sara come across that way, because again, she's now becoming a full woman again. Like she's starting to gain feelings again. She's starting to feel love again. She's not just this embodiment of Satan.
Right, just an
Like,
assassin.
no
emotions. You're kidding me, right?
No, I never looked at her as like an embodiment of Satan.
Oh my gosh, you didn't catch
I mean,
the last
she
few
had
episodes
like
when she was on Arrow.
bloodlust and stuff. No, I
With
didn't.
the bloodlust.
I know she had the bloodlust issue, okay, but...
She was the embodiment of Satan. 100%.
All right, so I gotta catch up on my Arrow then.
But not only we have Sara and Stein. We'd about to say one more thing about Sara and Stein?
Well, I mean, as far as with Sara, I mean, like, again, when she got kissed and kind of felt like the very first time, it was also her emotions were coming back. I mean, like, you know, she's kind of...
She probably hasn't felt love since she died and then got brought back to life.
Well,
or did she feel love?
It wasn't
well,
love, it was an infatuation. I mean, she felt giddy, like the butterflies.
Yeah, butterflies.
The butterflies, yeah.
And we've got the master of love here, so Tatiana's all love. So if you need to know anything, this is your gal right here. Stein, hilarious. He absolutely completely embodied the character of a 1950s doctor. And him and Sara were going at it the whole way through.
He loved living in that era.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
he
was
brought
all
it up
about
himself.
it, yeah.
All about that era.
So
he loved being that guy.
fully loved it, yeah.
But those little digs that they were saying, and then Sara gives them all, you know, he taught me how to kill a guy slowly.
Right.
For years.
Days.
For days.
Oh, days.
She said,
Stop dying
she
for
goes,
years.
4 days, and then she was like,
Days.
like that.
Yeah.
I love
Could
it.
you imagine dying for 4 days? I would not want to
I
get on
cannot.
Sarah's bad side, I'll give you that much. But what else
Yeah.
about Stein as the Doctor today? How much did you love Stein as Dr.
It
Stein?
was Stein, again, like, whenever he can have himself have, like, this kind of accolade of where, like,
persona,
where he,
yeah.
like, hey, I get to use my knowledge, this is why I'm so great.
But
you
look
know,
at him
just
when we
wanna-
went back in time and saw him as a kid. I mean, he was like that even
He was a
then.
player.
Really
You know,
good,
and he
like-
was just like, oh, well, I know this and I know this, and that
And he was
still
a cocky
comes
little,
out.
yeah, he's still, that
Which
previous
is
player
awesome
comes out.
character-wise for him to do that and carry that throughout the whole thing, throughout the whole episode, and then go back in time and have him still embody that. I think it's great acting.
You know he's
I
gonna,
love
we're going to
Victor
catch it. Who, Victor Garber?
Yeah.
Absolute genius.
Genius.
I'm not going to lie, probably my favourite actor besides Wentworth Miller, obviously, on the show.
Yeah.
How about yourselves? Favourite
Yeah.
actor, not character this time,
Yeah.
favourite actor.
Victor Garber.
Victor Garber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides
he's
Wentworth
definitely-
Miller?
I love I love Wentworth. Okay, but Victor Garber is way more seasoned.
Okay.
So
okay.
that's why I like
I'll
him.
give you that. It's like a nice
Yeah.
red wine.
Yeah.
Victor Garber's like a
He's
nice
like
red
a
wine.
nice
There you
red
go.
wine.
Guys, let us know what you think. Who's
Very,
been your
very
favourite
well.
actor? Not character this time, your favourite actor on the show so far. But always let us know in the Twitter comments, in the YouTube below. You know where you can hit us up on social media, guys, using the hashtag.
There you go, there you go.
I wish we had like a ding coming up just then. Moving on with the. Sorry, what was you about to say?
I was gonna say Dominic Purcell though was more like a kind of like what do we call it?
badass.
Fireball.
A fireball.
Like whiskey. Fireball. Yeah,
It's-
whiskey fireball. There you go.
Are you gonna? Do you want to shout out that mug right now? Can we get a close up on Tatiana's
I'm
mug?
drinking from my mug. You can see.
Go. Oh, you can't get it. Can we get us close in on that real quick, Kellen?
I don't
Quick.
think- Can you?
Give
Here, I'll
Stephen
do it.
Johnson a shout out. Look at that, guys.
Stevenson Johnson. I printed it
Pro.
on a mug,
Yeah.
and it's amazing.
Guys, we're going to
so
be giving
good.
Stevenson Johns a shout out a little later. Make sure you go check out his website where you can get all different kinds of art covering not only the DC universe, but you've got to go see his art. But let's get back into the team.
Right, so-
Jax. We finally got to see a real character of Jax as well. The only other time we saw that was in the part 2 of their escape from the prison, which is when he had to kind of get Stein out of the other Firestorm Matrix
Right.
when he went with Valentina.
Yeah.
Valentina, please come back.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God, I can't get enough of that woman. She was
I thought
absolute.
you were over her.
Never.
We talked
never.
about this.
Nope, not over her. She's still wonderful in my book.
It's okay.
But yeah, how did you feel about Jax and Betty and the younger interracial couple to a point, which I thought
loved
really
it.
cute. He did great.
He did awesome.
You can tell that Fran's drama, wait, just hold that
My-
thought real quick,
okay,
is
sorry.
a killer when it comes to the ladies in real life as
Yeah.
well, because he played that so smoothly. Go on, what was you going to say, honey?
No, my favorite part is when he sat next to her up at the bar. And
Yeah,
she
this-
was
the-
like,
the milkshake and the
like that, yeah.
chips.
And she was like, you can't. He's like, what? Dip a
Yeah,
bread
he
in
played that
milk?
off so smooth.
Yes.
They're not used to seeing people, and then he was like,
Yeah.
what, dip fries in a milkshake?
I loved it. I loved that. That was like my favorite part of that entire section.
That one little scene, and
That
he got
one
it
little
on
scene
point,
because
didn't
because he totally cut her off, and then that just like squashed everything, and then they, built a relationship off of that, a short one, but.
A very short.
And she wanted to
Still
kiss him already, like.
Yeah,
Well,
she was in
super-
grief.
Exactly. She was in moral
My
grief.
boyfriend is gone, but.
Girls act weird sometimes. I don't know. I can't-
Okay, I agree with you.
Teenagers.
No, girls do agree. But her boyfriend crashed a car, got sucked in by a meteorite, and then got taken by Vandal Savage.
Yeah.
You'd be a bit loopy after all of that happened to you, especially in 1958.
Right.
I mean, could you
Where
imagine seeing a
nobody
purple
talks about anything.
anything?
Yeah.
Like nothing. Like that's.
Like
The way he was bringing up that this town kind of reminds him of like horror films. As I said, Jax and I are pretty similar ages in this, so I related to him massively on this. As soon as he said this town reminds him of a horror film, I was like, oh my God, you are so right. I couldn't walk around that place without constantly shitting my pants. It would be horrifying. But moving on from Jax right now, we're going to go into Snart and Rip. Snart, for starters, you look great in that FBI get-up. Let's have a quick look at Snart looking
was
all fly.
dashing.
Wasn't he?
Dashing.
And he had
He's very dapper.
just the way he
Debonair.
holds himself, I can't get
Yes.
over it. Wentworth, you've just completely encapsulated
Yeah.
the character of Captain Cold. But Rip, Arthur Darville, your American accent. Props to you, my friend.
Yeah.
Props to you.
Very
What a
good.
brilliant job did he play.
Very
And
good.
who expected that when he rocked in there?
Yeah,
with
no,
the
that was
hero
crazy.
badge?
It was like, wait, what? Oh,
At first, I
okay.
didn't even catch it. I was just watching, like, oh, okay, yeah.
But all of a sudden you
And
started
then you
picking-
said it, and I was like, oh, I didn't even.
It totally
so
took me by
seamless.
surprise. That's why. Because I was thinking that. I was like, hold on a minute. Before they walked in, I was like, he can't go in as a British person right now because he's undercover as an FBI agent.
Right.
If you walk in and go, oh, hey, I'm with the Federal Bureau Investigation, the sheriff's going to be like, no, you're not. Like, straight up, like, no, you're not. But they played a great part. And Snart, genius. When they're trying to fix what was on the girl's neck or something, and she'd been opened up to some kind of metabolic.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even understand what they were saying. The Snart was like, in English, please.
Yeah.
Do you want to try that one again?
Yeah, and he kept
Because
saying
we were
it, like, kept
all
saying that.
right
It's like,
along with there. We were like,
We all looked like
What did he
Snart,
say?
didn't we? We were like, what did you say? What did you say? Say that once more time for us, please, Mr.
Right.
Stein. But finally, our couple of the evening. Our couple of the show.
Of the show.
Well,
right now.
But right now. Because
Yeah.
obviously last week it was Snart, it was Captain Canary, which is going to happen.
Not.
It's going to happen.
Sarah's batting for both sides, okay?
That's fine. That's fine.
And her love was reignited with a woman, so it's not gonna happen.
I
with
feel
a
like
man.
she was helping
Her and
that
Kendra?
woman. No, with Lindsay. Oh, God, don't even start on her and Kendra.
I can't even. You guys.
Well, that would, could you imagine her and Kendra in 1958, lesbians, interracial couple? Shit would have gone awry.
No, that's not what you were focusing on. Let's
Yeah,
just
that
be
was
honest.
entirely what we were
That
focusing
was
on.
not what they were focusing
That was
on.
definitely, I
So
don't
I'm just gonna
understand what you
sit-
think you're
We
implying
were just
right now,
making things
Tatiana.
plausible.
I was back
What
there
could-
when it came on the screen, and you guys were like, "Oh my gosh, what if it happened like this?"
So Tatiana just called Rory and I out on the show.
Yeah,
Thanks
she
for
did,
that,
babe.
honey.
No problem.
She did on
Appreciate
Twitter
it.
earlier,
problem.
too.
She did it on Twitter
Yeah,
earlier
I
as well,
did.
That's a
didn't
bit
she?
more
I was
public.
moving hard to scroll.
Right, what we liked about this the most, I wanted to give the costume designers and the makeup artists and everyone a huge shout out, but I could not find them anywhere. I did ask one of the writers, I believe her name is Sarah Jones. You guys have to go follow her on Twitter. I'll give you the shout out of the Twitter in a minute. I just don't have it right now. But how incredible was the set? The cars, the uniform, the makeup, the hair. They absolutely completely embodied the 1950s
did.
right here. Did we get that photo to show up real quick of them sat at the... It's like a Mel's Diner, but
Yeah.
50 years ago.
Yeah.
And Mel's Diner, I walk into a Mel's Diner, I'm like, oh my God, this is so American. Obviously, it's definitely not. It's like a massive franchise that isn't that American.
Right.
But their milkshakes, the cop cars that we
That's
had in the
awesome.
back, I'm not sure what that guy was, what kind of uniform he had on. It could have been a police or an army uniform. 1958, is that
it was
Vietnam
army.
War? Or was the Vietnam War later? Is that where they were
What's
coming
really-
from there?
Yes.
I don't know.
one where-
I believe-
You
I
guys are
believe so.
American. You guys should know your history more than me right now.
So bad. I know.
Guys, in the
Right.
1958s, is that when the Vietnam War was going on? I feel massively ignorant, but these
think
two
it-
should feel more
Vietnam, I
ignorant
feel,
because
I
they're
feel like
American.
was later.
Oh,
Say that
it was
once
much-
more.
it was
Like
much
the
later.
70s, right?
Vietnam War was much later. Got
what
it.
I
So
said.
what kind of uniform? I don't know, do I? So what kind of uniforms? Army uniforms. We have the voice of God up there. It's the best thing ever because he can correct me in situations like that. But again, the CW and the DC Legends of Tomorrow, writers, costume designers, everything.
Awesome.
Guys, if you have the costume designers or if you're following anybody that works in it, please give it to me so that I can give them a huge shout out, a huge high five, and of course so that the guys, Tatiana and Rory, can as well.
Yeah.
It's really
They were
cool. My
fantastic.
grandfather actually collects things from the 1950s, and he has 3 old cars, and his prized possession, which he actually just sold. But it's a 57 Chevy, 2-door convertible. It's a white leather interior, and it's all original, like all original. And so he collects
Where is this?
all that
Up in
stuff.
Seattle?
It's in Washington, in Enumclaw, is where he's at.
How
so
far away is Washington? Let's go. And then take a trip back down.
It'll be
I'm
like
totally gonna go
15
to
hours
Seattle.
straight.
That's fine. I can drive that car for 15 hours
But it's
straight.
really cool. So he would
Dude,
definitely
you should
be
show
a
him this
fan.
episode.
I totally
And you can
will.
get him to kind of catch any things out that maybe would have
he
missed.
has all the stuff, like all the stuff that was in there. The only reason why I'm like, oh, I know that and I recognize that is because he has all this stuff.
Oh,
so it's
cool.
really cool. It was really authentic. So they did a really good job.
Go Grams. I mean, my grandparents probably don't have anything from the American 1950s
Right.
because they're in the UK.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I should definitely brush up on my 1950s American. The only thing I can remember in 1950s
awesome.
is Greece, right? 1959, Rydell High. Am I right? Please tell me I'm right this time,
Okay.
voice of God.
It's not when it was made.
Yes.
But
No, but that was when it was based.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the only much of the 1950s America I really know.
that was that's good. You should
was
watch
good. Grease was great.
You should watch American Graffiti.
American
Oh, yeah,
graffiti.
yeah.
Yeah, that's about 1950s where people would just like cruise and everything. American Graffiti. Is
Interesting. There you go, guys. If you haven't
go.
seen that, you want to learn more about the 1950s, like what I'm going to go do, go watch American Graffiti. And if you guys know anything else that would teach us, well, teach me more than anybody, about American 1950s, feel free to hit me up. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, Twitter comments, Twitter, YouTube comments. That's what I'm trying to say. Right. Snart. I'm going to go back to Snart real quick because Snart made very prominent accusations. Well, Jax made the accusation about Snart originally saying that, well, if you could take out your partner so easily, who you beloved and has been your bro beans from day one, how easy it going to be for you to take us out? Yeah. How do you feel about that? Because Jax made a good point there.
Yeah, I mean, and I was thinking about that too when. Well, first off, we were wondering what happened to Rory. It didn't show us, so we still don't know.
Haven't told us.
Yeah, so we still don't know. Yeah, he's most likely still alive, but I mean, it was still like everyone in the team was definitely still a heavy feeling of what happened.
Sorry, yeah, I agree with you massively, but what did you pulled up a tweet.
It was
a tweet.
A YouTube.
A YouTube comment.
Yeah.
Do you remember who it was from by any chance?
Gosh.
If not, don't worry, don't look for it.
I don't remember
if
this
you
from.
guys know what she's about to say and it was you that said it, let Tatiana know. She'll give you a shout out. But go, what did you read, Tatiana?
Somebody said that Mick, Captain
could be a new Kronos.
Yeah, Snart left him there, and he actually is now turning into Kronos, and that's how he knows where they are so quickly. Mick is a new Kronos.
What do you think? Could Rory become a new Kronos?
Hmm.
Or surely maybe they must have more than one Kronos.
Oh, I'm positive they do.
They're Time Masters.
Yeah.
They've got to be like their metal men to a point kind of thing who they send out to go and bring people
totally
back in.
I still have hope for him, though.
You know what we did stop talking about real quick? Because I did say we're going to talk about a couple of the episode and then we completely went on a whole Captain Canary tangent that I just thought about. Ray and Kendra. Obviously the most prominent couple in this episode as well when it actually does come to the political, racial, sexism issues that they were very avid in this episode. So we are going to bring them up and talk about them. Ray and Kendra, brilliant, but at the same time, awful. You guys don't become in a relationship. This is going to cause so much hassle when Carter returns. Come on.
But it makes for such a fantastic story when that happens.
Like, at least for a side story, for sure. Like,
for a little bit of a
it's
side
kind of
story.
getting you a little distracted on like what's happening.
But I thought Kendra would have been smart enough to say, like, look, it took me long enough to get involved with Carter and to really understand what this situation is. The guy died right after I realised that I was completely and utterly in love with him. Yeah. But now I'm in love with this rich tech billionaire who built an atom suit.
I don't think they're in love with each other.
Infatuation?
I think it's a big infatuation, and you have to think of it that he's filling a void.
I was just about to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, this is why we have our woman's point of view on the couch right now. And it was funny. Rory actually just called her Kendra because
I did.
it doesn't look like.
Kendra.
Tell me Tatiana can't be her stunt double right now.
Yeah.
Like, come on, this is it. Can we get this? Can we get this beautiful lady on a single, please?
Please.
Tell me that isn't Kendra right now. You know what I'm saying? She looks great. But yes, what did you guys think about Ray and Kendra's relationship in the 1958? We were saying when they walked into the party and the lady turned around and was to Kendra, "Oh, lovey, you're here. You can go fetch me some bubbly." And she was like,
"Excuse me."
Yeah.
But she handled it really well.
She did.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
and
she handled
Ray
it
stood
really
up for her as well.
And Ray stood up for her, and it wasn't like an in-your-face stand-up, where they were like, "Excuse me, what are you talking about?" It was just handled very, subtly
and
but poignant.
But very much so, like,
yeah.
I let you off once, don't do it again.
I loved how they handled it all.
And I'm proud of her.
But then there was that part too, right, with Ray and Kendra, just where Ray was like at the very end, he was like, I need to be your partner rather than,
He was trying to put an
yeah,
end to
your
that.
comrade. Yeah,
He was like, "Come here."
Yeah, and then Kendra was like,
Fill this void.
Come over here.
Fill the void.
But just before we go to a break, let's touch upon Vandal Savage real quick, because this is possibly the creepiest we have seen Vandal Savage. Let's see that photo of Vandal taking off Kendra's coat right now. He has the biggest grin on his face.
I love Casper Crump.
Who? Casper Crump himself, David Rappaport.
Love
As always,
Casper
congratulations on casting. Absolutely brilliant job. Casper Crump.
Yes.
Dude.
He does such a good creepy
got that,
job.
like,
Oh, I love it.
It's just everything about him is like absolutely perfect as the character of Vandal Savage. Guys, please let us know what you think. Are you a fan of Casper Crump? Are you not a fan? If you're not a fan, I don't think you're out there. You're wrong. I'm sorry, but Casper Crump is just killing it right now, and all of us agree right here. So let us know if you agree with us. Twitter, YouTube, the lot. Guys, what do we expect for next episode, real quick, just before we throw this to our break?
Well, you
obviously
got
we've got our break
so,
right now, right? Are we correct in saying this? We've been looking up on the Twitterverse and everything. We have a break now until March 31st?
31st.
Is that correct? 31st? So, when you return after this break, we're going to give you a couple little snippets of what we think is going to happen when we return on March 31st. Guys, don't go anywhere. Have a wee, have a cup of tea. We'll see you in a little minute.
in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live. In case you missed it live.
Oh, you'd want to take the time travel the whole way back.
How did you not figure that out?
We had a crazy vampire threesome, and you can't unsee that. That's burned into my brain now.
I was like, how did you get here? No. Look at me, I'm dancing.
You know why we saying yes. You know why we saying yes.
He was like, yeah, I'll tell you whatever you want.
He is quite something.
And we're like, inseparable. She was shadier than Sunglass Hut with Ray-Bans on sale, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it wasn't. So come on.
You just went to a totally different direction on that.
When a billionaire goes broke, it means he's got like $4 million.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
I found her to be deliciously out of control.
Oh man, looking forward to this fight.
Ooh, they about to get together. Watch, it's about to go down.
Somebody better take some pictures of this.
She just slapped the crap out of Nick.
And he's just
Like that.
it's so good. You can't count anything out.
Look at you.
It's been another awesome night at the Stream.tv,
always
guys.
awesome.
Thank you for joining us, you guys.
Yes.
We love you.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you very much for joining us real quick after that break. I just picked up a little gold sequin off the floor, which is now going to be put there so that we can throw it in the trash. Anyways, guys, real quick, before we jump into anything, quick, next episode, what are you hoping for? Because you brought up something backstage that I can't remember that you said about next episode. Ra's al Ghul.
Yep. Ra's al Ghul is coming, and I think Sarah and Ra's al Ghul are gonna
Get Ginny with it?
No!
Oh, I was like, wait. They get mingled.
Whoa,
Is that what this means now?
Because Nissa,
Yes,
that would be
jiggy with it.
weird.
I didn't
You're
do
getting-
this.
you're
I
jiggy in.
just said this. No, I think she's gonna go. She's gonna go train with him. That's what I think. I think that something's gonna happen. They're gonna meet each other.
Interesting.
That's what I think is gonna happen.
How about yourself?
I mean, you got 3 characters left behind. There's a lot that could happen here. I mean, who knows? We could have one of them accidentally become an evil person.
That's true. They got left behind. So who have we got left behind? We've got Ray, Sarah, and Kendra?
Yeah.
Ray,
Yeah.
Sarah, and Kendra left
Well,
behind.
Ray and Kendra, I think, are gonna play house together.
You think they'll
I
go
think
back
they're
to
g-
that life that they were just living?
I think so. I think they're gonna settle into being a couple.
Interesting. Okay, and how do you
Yeah.
think they're going to go? Obviously, we saw Kronos attack the ship at the end of the show. So
Right.
how do you think now the guys, where do you think that's going to lead to? Do you think they're going to be able to come back? Or do you think they're going to defeat Kronos on the ship? Do you think... Jackson
That's right,
Stein
'cause
didn't want to
he was
create
on.
Firestorm. How did you feel about that? Because I don't think it would have blown up the ship.
I
They
don't
know
think
how
so
to
either.
control it.
Yeah, I don't think it would have blown up the ship.
So
either.
that's why I was kind of thinking, like, you guys can do this. You guys know how to control your powers right now. So why are you not kicking this guy's ass?
Or why not just run out,
Do it.
join, and then
Run
run
back
back
in.
in?
Right. Yeah, there you go.
That's what I was wondering.
Because it had the commotion. I did. Well, on that, I did like how they actually explained why they didn't become Firestorm in the last episode. It's because they described how they were afraid of like destroying stuff on the ship. Because everyone in the last episode was like, "Why didn't?"
Yeah, that is true.
But
So
that's
they
when
at
were-
least they kind of
That's when they were up in.
up
Yeah,
in
up in
space.
space.
Well,
Up
and
in
the
space.
oxygen would all be like.
Right. So now they're
all that
on
too.
Earth.
Yeah.
So I don't.
They should have done it, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Right, guys, I'm going to give a quick shout out to, of course, our Facebook group that we get to pull fan photos, fan art, fan theories, fan questions, everything. Guys, like I said, we always want to have you contributing to the show because it makes the best thing ever when you guys are joining in. So don't forget to join us, our after show group on the DC Legends of Tomorrow after show Legends family. Why? Because we are a family of legends. And always, guys, don't forget to go and join Lance's group, who is helping us constantly build our Facebook group, DC Legends of Tomorrow, discussing the TV show. Lance has created such an incredible community, and like I said, it's not only on DC Legends of Tomorrow, it's also Flash, it's also Arrow, it's also Supergirl. I believe he's created a Gotham one, Young Justice. Guys, everything you want in the DC universe, you can go into Facebook and chat with people in communities about all those different things. So make sure you go and join them. DC Legends of Tomorrow, discussing the TV show, and the DC Legends of Tomorrow after show, Legends family. And this is actually where, we're going to go to Twitter questions real quick.
Twitter questions.
Guys, I'm going to throw it over to Tatiana, who's got a few Twitter shout-outs, questions, and some fun for us all.
Real Michael Chow? I
Yeah,
believe
you got it
is-
right.
is-
Michael
is-
Chow.
okay.
Michael's always with us, by the way. So
he
thank
is.
you very much
Okay.
for always joining us, Michael.
Michael Chow, thanks. Do you believe Legends could possibly be the cause of events that have already happened on Arrow and Flash?
Say that once more for me, sweetie.
Do you believe Legends could possibly be the cause of events that have already happened on Arrow and Flash? This is more for you guys because you.
This is interesting.
You
So-
watch more Flash Arrow than I do.
So you think, Michael, I'm talking directly to you right now, don't I? So you think the stuff that's happening in the past on Legends could actually be paying effect to what's going to be happening in the current times on Flash and Arrow? That is a bloody good point. I never thought about that because it's true. The amount of time that they do spend in the past, these universes are obviously connected, and because we saw in 2046, we saw Star City.
Yeah.
Should have did my vocal warm-ups before I came on today. So, guys, what do you think? Do you think that Legends of Tomorrow is going to be playing part in the Flash and Arrow's timeline? Do you think we're going to start seeing Legends come over to Flash and Arrow, or do you think we're going to see Flash and Arrow come over to Legends? Always, Michael Chow. Absolutely brilliant question, mate. Thank you very much. Tatiana.
Stevenson Johns 1, who did my awesome mug.
Oh, as always.
Here's his picture of.
Oh, you clicked on it. So
Yep,
it's
I
big.
did.
Oh, God.
Of everybody.
Can
which
we
is
name
awesome.
them all right now? Keep that up and go through them. See if you can name them. I bet you
there's-
can't name all of them.
What? There's Kendra, there's Jax, there's Savage, there's Stein, there's the Atom or Ray, there's Captain Cold at the bottom, and Rip Hunter, and then Sarah, who's being.
Boom, look at
There
you.
you
That
go.
just shows how good he is. This is
so
all by
good.
hand. I had to
I
ask him
know.
earlier. I was like, do you just do this by hand? Because they're so detailed, it looks like it's been done on a computer. So, Stevenson Johns. Always, guys, go and check out his art at artpal.com/Stevenson Johns.
That's
like
where
I
you
said,
can get the mug.
That's where you can get a mug, you can get canvases printed. I believe you can now get t-shirts and stuff printed. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. So you're just going to have to go to this site and check it out. We got one more question?
One more question from Indigo_15.
What up, Brandon?
Do you think the absence of Rory this episode made the team more cohesive? Yes.
Yes. You
Yeah.
got to say yes.
I
didn't
hate
you?
to say it because I like Rory even though he's a traitor.
You
But
do like Rory?
I mean, I do.
Yeah.
He's a traitor, but I like
But
him.
who doesn't like me? Come on now.
Well, you're still on the
You're still 100 pounds too light.
But I would like to say this is becoming bigger.
He's getting there. Rory's trying
It's
his best.
becoming a little bit
He wants to
bigger.
become Big Rory. We have to start
I'm wearing darker
Peyton Manning in
shirts.
you with the HGH.
No.
I'm just playing with your Broncos fans, who's now retired, but great season to you, Peyton. So how are we on Twitter? We're done on Twitter?
I mean, if we have time for one more, we can.
Do you have one more?
Let me, yeah.
And shout out to Steve Johns. He did a photo of me actually as Heatwave.
Oh yeah, you
So
got to
I
check
don't
that
know if
out.
I can
good
pull
with
that
your
up,
eye
but
was
yeah.
big and
Yeah, he was like.
And you had like the one squinty
yeah.
eye because you were going all insane, weren't you?
Yeah,
we
something
got
like
one
that.
more question before we.
One more question from Navi0795. Did anyone else catch the Smallville reference? And what do you think everyone else is going to do now?
I wasn't a huge. I'm not going to say I wasn't a huge fan of Smallville. I never actually watched Smallville. I know I should have because obviously Superman's my thing. I didn't get into it in the beginning stages, so I couldn't then. I just don't. It's like Breaking Bad. You can't get like. You need a set space aside for that. So that
Breaking
you
Bad
can
and Smallville.
Go. I never watched Breaking Bad either.
What?
Yeah, again,
those
too
are
much
like.
time.
I didn't do
Time
Breaking
for it.
Bad either.
Guys, I believe the whole H, or should I say H, because you guys don't pronounce the letter H properly. I'm just playing with you. Is Hall H the tally to Smallville? Like I said, I'm not sure the guys on the show. I think so as well. But please let us know on YouTube, on Twitter, on everything that you can. Anything else, Rory?
Well, I mean, Biff. They had the Biff.
Oh, Biff, little
yeah,
shout
that's
out. We had a
his
couple
picture.
back to
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Shout
yeah.
outs, which is great as well.
And they actually used his name too.
They did, which I was like, but I think it was in Jax did it in a bit of a joke. It's like, oh, all right, Biff, back up.
Right.
Guys, if you caught any more Back to the Future shout-outs, Smallville shout-outs, anything, make sure you let us know because obviously we can't catch all of them and we always want to hear what you guys think. Thank you again for joining us on this wonderful Thursday, chatting everything Legends of Tomorrow from Tatiana, Rory, and myself and everybody here at the Stream.tv today. Thank you very much. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Have a good one.